Back, everyone. Today is a big day, and I know I say that for every podcast, but today is really an important game for Michigan basketball. Sweet 16, Michigan's going to be taking up by Leonard Hamilton, and in a game that is a rematch from 3 years ago when Michigan beat Florida State to advance to the Final Four on the backs of Mo Wagner. Florida State is an interesting team. I've done some research after I made the comment that I was not too concerned about them in last podcast. And this is a team that's tough. They have a ton of size. The rotation players are all above 6'4", and between 6'4" and 7'1", and they shoot about 38% on threes, which is top 20 in the country. So they're a shooting team with size. That's going to be a problem for Michigan. As Michigan fans know, Mike Smith is below 5'10", or he's probably 5 feet 10 inches tall, maybe 5'11", and Eli Brooks is no more than 6 foot 1 inch. So that's an issue. The guard, there's about a 4-inch disparity between guards. Eli Brooks can make up for that with his strength. I'm not sure about Mike Smith. I think Mike Smith will be stuck on Florida State's starting shooting guard, Raekwon Evans, who isn't much of an offensive threat, but is still 5 inches taller than Mike. Now, Florida State's roster is very impressive. They don't have any all-American type guys or even all ACC first team guys or second teamers, but they're led by a strong cast of players. So, first name you got to watch out for is MJ Walker. He was a contributor on their team in that 2018 Elite Eight game, and he is now a senior. He's a steady veteran. He scores about 12 points a game, which actually leads their team, as you can see. Not a very high output for a team leader in scoring, I noticed, but that's because Florida State really shares the love. MJ Walker is also a really good three-point shooter. He shoots about 43%, which is a theme with this team. They're all good shooters, or a lot of their guards are good shooters. Raekwon Gray is here. He's their leading rebounder. As you can see, he averages 6.5 rebounds a game, and he also averages 12 points a game. He's a big dude. He's 6'8", and he's 260. But he's quick on his feet, and he can shoot a little bit. He's a versatile player. That's kind of the name of the game for this Florida State team. They're all versatile. And obviously, the leading assist maker is off the bench, Scotty Barnes. This guy went to Montfort Academy, that dream team last year with Cade Cunningham. And he is coming off their bench, which is scary. He's 6'9", and he can do basically everything. He averages like 10 points a game, 4 assists, and around 4 rebounds. So, tough matchup for Michigan with that size. Other players to watch, Anthony Polite. He's 6'6". You won't see him here. He's a good shooter. He shoots around 44%. So that is Duncan Robinson-like shooting numbers. He's tall, averages about 10 points a game. And their center is Basla Kaprikova, or I can't pronounce that guy's name, but I've watched some of their games, and this dude he's not a huge contributor, but he is a steady player. He's from Eastern Europe, and he has a steady game. He's a tall dude. He's 7'1", so he can kind of neutralize Hunter Dickinson's size. But I still think that is one area where Michigan does have a significant advantage. Hunter Dickinson against this Kaprivika dude. Although Florida State is known for lots of switching, their size will be a problem. I bet they double Hunter in the post, and they're going to throw a lot of different looks at this Michigan offense. Now, Florida State's defense is only 30th, 31st in the country, but it has the potential to be a lot better, as you can see with their past couple games. Really tough. I mean, also, I don't really know what this is. Team stats, Michigan only has a plus 5-point differential. That doesn't make any sense. But in Florida State's previous 2 games, they shut down UNC Greensboro and they shut down Colorado, holding them to a combined 107 points. That's kind of terrifying defensively, as Colorado was coming off a massive win over Georgetown. And UNC Greensboro, not the best offense. So I don't know how to feel about this Florida State defense. The length of this team obviously is going to be a problem on the defensive end, and Leonard Hamilton's known for good defensive teams. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a slugfest in the 50s or 60s. That would not shock me at all. Not like that Michigan LSU game 4 nights ago. This will be a slugfest for sure. But let's go to Florida State's overall schedule because this team is, I'd say, inconsistent. They had a COVID break in the middle of the season. But as you can see, let's just look here. They played one game in the ACC tournament and they snuck through a win over North Carolina. Then they lost to Georgia Tech. They lost in their final regular season game to Notre Dame by 10 points. And they have other kind of close games. They lost to Central Florida, UCF, a team that Michigan blew out. And they also lost to Notre Dame, as you can see. So this is a team that sometimes doesn't come to play. But then again, Michigan didn't really come to play against Texas Southern, didn't come to play in this game against Michigan State, also had a close one against Oakland. And without Isaiah Livers, Michigan's a vulnerable team, which is why Florida State has received around 40% of the picks on the brackets. Ken Palm has them around a 40% underdog, which isn't very significant. BPI is a little more favorable for Michigan, giving us like a 69% chance to win. Obviously, none of that matters. I mean, that's all just hearsay. The game will play out as the game plays out. But with Florida State's length, without Isaiah Livers, this is going to be a tougher game than I was initially going to predict for Michigan. I do believe Michigan wins on the backs of a better offensive all-around team and still a more sturdy veteran team. This Florida State team's pretty veteran, but it relies on some youngins, Scotty Barnes, and some unproven guys in clutch moments. MJ Walker's going to have to be big today. Raekwon Gray. These are guys that are veteran leaders, and Michigan's going to have to neutralize. On the Michigan end, look for Franz Wagner to have a good day today. He's going to need to because his length is the only thing that Michigan has going for it. Franz is the longest player on longest guard on the court, longest forward, whatever you call him. He's a small forward at heart, and he is 6'9" with insane length. So he's going to have to play well today. Johnny Brown had a great game against LSU. He's kind of hit or miss. I mean, he goes one great game and then he goes like two bad games. So I'm hoping that he bucks the trend today and has a decent game, but I'm not convinced that he will. Eli Brooks has been playing really well for Michigan. His lack of size might be a factor here, but I would look for him to get 10 or 15 points still. Mike Smith, just limit the damage for Mike Smith. He's had a struggle of a tournament. He just needs to play within himself. Don't take any bad shots. Just get the ball moving, control it, no turnovers, and Michigan should be good with this one. Final score for me, 65-59. Michigan takes the win by 6, but I do believe this will be a dogfight. Leonard Hamilton's a great coach. Juwan's hoping to one day be, I hope that for Michigan, what Leonard Hamilton's done at Florida State. They've never made the Final Four. Could this be the year? I hope not. We will see, though. This will be a close one. Go blue. And I will make a video after this game, depending on how it goes. If we lose, I might not. But if we win, I will absolutely make a video post-game. So thank you for watching, and peace.